Hi, everybody. It's Catherine here, and today I am really happy to be talking about our favorite book, Get Happy, Dammit, Staying Inspired and Motivated in an Often Unhappy World. Oh, thank you. And that's a perfect entry for Tim Horn of Hypno Consult LLC in Manassas.
That's right.
And Tim is an excellent, excellent hypnotist. He also trains people in hypnotism, 3 practitioners. I met Tim several years ago, and I was completely impressed by his work and his understanding of the mind, so much so that I did quote him in the book, and he is in my acknowledgement, so I appreciate that, Tim. And today we're going to talk about the chapter called Just Stop It, Will You? And that is very much based on the work of Tim. So what I wanted to have Tim talk about today is how the mind does not recognize negative statements. And so maybe you can address that a little bit, Tim, and tell us how it works.
Well, you've always heard that if you tell someone not to think about the pink elephant in the room, the first thing you have to do is have the pink elephant there. So your mind automatically eliminates the not. I'm going to give you a quick story. When I was in college, one of my favorite professors was Dr. Roger Kenvin. And there was a student in our class whose name was Chaz, and he hated being called Chuck or Charles. And I knew this. So before class began, I went to Dr. Kenvin and I said, Dr. Kenvin, whatever you do, don't call Chaz Chuck. He hates it. Do not call Chaz Chuck. And he said, I'd never call him that. Why would I do that? I said, please, during class, do not do that. About 5 minutes in, Chaz raised his hand and Dr. Kenvin looked at him and said, yes, Chuck, what is it? And he looked at me because I had planted that idea in his mind. It's the concept of avoidance. You avoid doing something, but to avoid it, you have to think about it, what it is the thing you're trying to move away from. And that draws you closer to it. Just the thought gets planted in your mind and it's hard to weed it out.
So when we're thinking about, building inspiration and building motivation, how can this work? So a lot of times, like we'll do affirmations. And people write their affirmations, I will not do this.
No.
Yeah, how do you
Okay.
reframe that?
It comes down to this. There are two things you do in life. You run away from what you're afraid of or toward what you want. Say a bear is running after you. Are you running away from the bear or are you running to safety? You're running to the cabin that'll protect you. One is a positive action, one is a negative action. Everything you do in life should be positive. It should be moving you toward happiness. So instead of saying what you're not going to do, say what you will do. And in your mind, create that image so vividly that your subconscious mind can accept it. If you've read Alice in Wonderland, there's a wonderful passage. Alice says, how do I get here? And the Mad Hatter says, well, you can take any road as long as you know where you're going. If you don't know where you're going, you can't go anywhere. So the point is, what you want to do is know exactly where you're going and point that out. Instead of saying, for example, one of the things he used in this wonderful book, he discussed chocolate, okay? You can say, I'm not going to have chocolate. But a more positive thing would be, I choose healthy foods that allow me to release weight and live a longer, happier life.
Mm-hmm.
The positive is accepted by the subconscious mind, and it's something also actively you can accept.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you. How can people get in touch with you if they would like to pick your brain a little further, maybe set up an appointment?
Well, you can go to hypnoconsult.com, or you can call me at 703-969-5791. My clients all come in for one reason. They could be releasing weight, quitting smoking, getting rid of stress, improve relationships, eliminating physical discomfort, all those things. But they all come in for one reason: happiness. People come in so they can have happier lives. And that's pretty much what your book discusses. And I think that's the important thing. You're moving toward happiness.
Mm-hmm.
That's the thing you want to do. Not away from anything outside of fear. We have a choice in love. choice in life. You choose between fear and love. Obviously, you want to choose love. Move forward.
Absolutely. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Well, thank you, Tim. And we will talk to you soon.
Okay, take care.
All righty. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.